The Mobalytics Academy series is focused on the fundamentals of League of Legends, curated by our challenger level players. By focusing on these basics, even the most skilled high elo players can improve their game and climb the ladder. Teamfighting is the climax of a defensive player strategy. It requires patience, planning, and consistency in order to make a viable strategy. Here you'll learn how to improve your teamfighting with 3 simple things: identifying priority targets, planning fights out, and how to work with your teammates. Most bot lane carriers do not have the mobility or the burst damage to pick off high priority targets like assassins can, but they do amazing damage over time. The vast majority of the time, the optimal strategy is to hit the highest priority target among the champions that are directly in front of them. In this example, a team fight breaks out with Pantheon jumping on top of Tristana. This is a 3v4 situation against Baron buff and a gold deficit and a level disadvantage. Well, the situation looks pretty grim. Let's see what happens. Tristana escapes Pantheon with a well-timed buffered rocket jump. Shortly afterwards, she gets engaged on by Alistar, which forces her to burn her flash just to escape. Cassiopeia is doing a good job of killing Lucian, but if Tristana attempts to walk past the Alistar and try to help her, there's a chance she gets pulverized or headbutted into the rest of the enemy team. With no mobility options available and at low health, she does what she can and DPSs the closest and safest target to possible, which is Alistar. As she pops her explosive charge, it resets her rocket jump at the same time Pantheon walks into Tristana's effective range. Being a higher priority target than Alistar and having low HP, Tristana immediately switches targets from Alistar to Pantheon. Once that threat is dealt with, she keeps switching to the closest thing in front of her until it dies. Be careful of diving deep to secure one kill if it will result in your death. You're a damage machine, but a dead carry deals no damage. Stay back and be safe, and always pick the best target within your range. Understand the capabilities of your enemy and what they want to do to you. Are they about to engage on me? What's their range of threat? How much damage do they do? What summons do they have available? Keep things like this in mind before and during a fight. In this example, Caitlyn has access to few critical pieces of information that help inform her decisions about the fight. After finishing off Soraka, Caitlyn turns to confront Ivern and Yorick. This play is incredibly risky since Yorick is by far the strongest player in the game at the moment, and if he has flash while Caitlyn's flash is down, well, she's most likely dead. However, if she was paying attention to what happened before the fight, she would have known that Yorick had already burned his flash in top lane, making it much easier to kite Yorick. Once Ivern missed his Q, Yorick does not have any options to reliably close the gap versus Caitlyn's 90 caliber net and Twisted Fate's gold card. Be aware of the options your opponents have, and it will be much easier to make well-informed decisions about when to play aggressively or when to play more reserved during the fight. Bot lane carries are centered around dealing damage and often need allies in front of them to zone, as well as providing CC so that they have time to deal damage to targets before they move. In this example, a fight breaks out. Tristana joins from the jungle while the rest of her team come through river. Instead of kiting up towards her allies for safety, Tristana stays in the jungle entrance while DPSing before heading downwards to try to escape. This ultimately leads to her being split off from her allies who have CC and tankiness, which would provide her the space to deal damage. With no way to rejoin the fight quickly, Tristana's team simply does not have the damage to finish off opponents during their CC. As a bot lane carry, make sure to quickly reposition in a way that your team can protect you so that you not only remain safe, but amplify the usefulness of their CC through your damage output. Thanks for watching this episode of Mobalytics Academy series. If you want to take your climb to the next level, download our desktop app to unlock even more new features like auto-imported builds and pick band recommendations at Champ Select.